Have you ever wondered why your dog just won't stop licking you? Maybe it's a quick lick on your hand, a gentle swipe across your cheek, or sometimes they go all in as if they're trying to wash your whole face. Most people smile and say, "Oh, that's just love." But what if I told you it's not always that simple? Dogs never do anything just because. Every single lick carries a message. Sometimes it's sweet affection, sometimes it's comfort, and other times it could even be a hidden warning about your own health. Surprised yet? You should be. Think about this. When puppies are born, their very first way of bonding with their mother is through licking. That same behavior carries on into adulthood, but now you're the one they direct it toward. To them, you're not just an owner, you're their world, their family, their pet. But here's the twist. Licking doesn't always mean love. Sometimes it's about stress, sometimes it's about taste, and sometimes it's your dog's way of saying, "Pay attention, I'm trying to tell you something." So don't brush it off as a silly quirk. What feels like a harmless kiss could actually reveal more about your dog's heart, their instincts, and even your own body than you ever imagined. Stay with me because in the next few minutes, we're going to decode the real reasons behind your dog's licking. And I promise, the answer will make you see every sloppy kiss in a completely new light. Section 1. Licking as affection and bonding. You might think your dog is just being silly when they lick your hands or face, but here's the truth. Those licks are one of the oldest and purest ways dogs say, "I love you." From the very first weeks of life, puppies lick their mother's face and mouth as a sign of dependence and trust. It's how they ask for food, comfort, and protection. As they grow, this instinct doesn't disappear, it simply shifts toward the person they see as their family. And yes, that's you. So, when your dog licks you after you come home, during cuddle time, or even when you're just sitting quietly, it's their way of bonding. In that moment, your dog is not just tasting your skin, they're telling you, "You are my pack. I feel safe with you." But here's something important to remember. If licking is ignored or constantly pushed away, some dogs can actually feel rejected. Imagine reaching out to a loved one and being turned down again and again. For a dog, that rejection can hurt. So while you might not always enjoy those slobbery kisses, allowing it once in a while is a powerful way of saying back to them, "I love you too." Does your dog have a special way of showing affection? Maybe it's licking, maybe it's leaning on you, or even bringing you their favorite toy. Share it in the comments. I'd love to know how your dog says, "I love you." And if you think affection is the only reason behind all that licking, think again. Because in some cases, those kisses are less about love and more about healing your broken heart. Section 2. Licking is comfort when you're sad or stressed. Have you noticed that your dog always seems to know when something is wrong? Maybe you've had a tough day, tears in your eyes, or you're simply sitting there lost in thought. Out of nowhere, your dog comes close, gently licks your hand or your cheek. Coincidence? Not at all. Dogs are emotional sponges. They don't just watch your body language, they feel it. When you're stressed, your body releases chemicals like cortisol. Believe it or not, your dog can smell those changes in your sweat and even in your breath. To them, your sadness or anxiety has a scent, and their instinct tells them to step in and soothe you the only way they know how, with a gentle kiss. Think of it as their version of saying, "Don't worry, I'm here." In fact, studies show that when a dog licks their human, it can release oxytocin, the same hormone that helps mothers bond with their babies. That means those sloppy kisses aren't just comforting for you, they're physically calming for your dog too. But here's the warning. If you constantly push them away in these moments, they may start to feel confused or helpless. Imagine trying to comfort your best friend only to be told you're not needed. For a dog, that rejection stings deeply. So the next time your pup leans in with a soft lick when you're down, take a moment to appreciate it. They're not just a pet. They're your built-in emotional support system. What about you? Has your dog ever comforted you in a tough time with just a lick or a nudge? Share your story below. Your experience might warm someone else's heart. And if comfort is one reason for licking, attention is another, because sometimes those kisses are less about love or healing and more about simply saying, "Hey, notice me." Section 3. Licking is communication and attention seeking. Sometimes licking isn't about love or comfort at all. It's about communication. Your dog doesn't have words, so their tongue becomes their tool. Picture this: you're scrolling on your phone, lost in a video, or typing away on your computer. Suddenly, you feel a wet nose and a quick lick on your hand. That wasn't random, that was your dog saying, "Hello? I'm here, look at me." For them, licking is like tapping you on the shoulder. It's their way of asking for attention. This behavior goes back to pack life. In the wild, wolves and dogs would lick one another as a signal, sometimes to ask for food, sometimes to invite play, or simply to say, "I acknowledge you." Modern dogs still carry this instinct, and with you as their family, licking becomes a universal language. But here's the twist: if you always reward that lick with attention, your dog will quickly learn that licking equals results. It becomes a habit, even a demand. While there's nothing wrong with responding, it's important to balance it. Too much attention at the wrong times can make your dog overly dependent or even develop what trainers call Velcro dog syndrome. So the next time your pup licks you while you're busy, pause for a second. Ask yourself, are they seeking affection or are they training you instead? I'm curious, how does your dog grab your attention? Do they lick, bark, nudge, or maybe drop a toy in your lap? Tell me in the comments, and let's see which attention-seeking trick is most common. But licking isn't just about affection or attention. Sometimes it's about something far more primal, using their tongue as a tool to actually taste your emotions. Section 4. Licking is a way to taste and read you. Believe it or not, when your dog licks you, they're not just feeling affectionate or needy, they're also gathering information. Yes, their tongue is like a little scientific tool. Dogs live in a world of scent and taste. Their noses are thousands of times more powerful than ours, but their tongues play a role too. When they lick your skin, they're picking up chemical signals, tiny molecules from your sweat, your diet, even your mood. That's right, your dog can taste when you're stressed, sick, or even excited. For example, studies show that dogs can detect shifts in blood sugar levels, changes in hormones like cortisol, and even the scent of illness. Some service dogs are trained to lick their owner as an alert when they sense something is off, like an oncoming seizure or drop in blood sugar. But the truth is, even untrained dogs often lick their humans as a natural response to something they detect. Of course, sometimes it's as simple as salt. Human skin carries natural salts and oils, and for many dogs, that's just plain tasty. But even then, it's more than flavor, it's part of how they read and connect with you. Here's the caution: obsessive licking, especially if it's constant and focused on one area, can be a signal that your dog is picking up on something unusual. While it might just be harmless affection, it's always worth paying attention if your dog seems unusually fixated. So the next time your pup gives you a lick, don't just think of it as a kiss. Think of it as their way of checking in, tasting, sensing, and understanding you in a way no one else can. Has your dog ever licked you in a way that felt different, like they knew something before you did? Share it below, because these stories are both fascinating and heartwarming. But as amazing as licking can be, it's not always positive, because sometimes licking crosses the line from love into obsession. Section 5. When licking becomes a problem. Most of the time, licking is harmless, even sweet. But what if your dog can't seem to stop? If licking turns constant, obsessive, or even destructive, it may be more than just affection. Dogs under stress or anxiety often turn to repetitive behaviors, and licking is one of the most common. It can be their way of self-soothing, similar to how humans might bite their nails or pace back and forth. You might notice your dog licking your hands nonstop, licking the furniture, or even licking themselves raw. These are red flags you shouldn't ignore. Why does this happen? For some dogs, it's separation anxiety. Being left alone makes them nervous, and licking helps release endorphins that calm them down. For others, it's boredom. A lack of stimulation or exercise leads them to create their own activity, and in certain cases, obsessive licking can even signal an underlying medical issue, like allergies, pain, or gastrointestinal discomfort. Here's the serious part: ignoring obsessive licking can make the problem worse. Constant licking can cause skin irritation, infections, or even permanent behavioral patterns that are hard to break. So what should you do? First, rule out medical causes with a vet check. If your dog is physically healthy, then focus on mental and emotional needs. More walks, more play, puzzle toys, and training sessions to redirect their energy. If anxiety is the culprit, professional training or even calming therapies may be necessary. Remember, licking is a language. When it becomes excessive, your dog isn't being bad. They're trying to tell you, I'm not okay. Have you ever dealt with a dog who licked way too much? How did you handle it? Share your advice in the comments. Your story could help another dog owner out there. Now that we've explored the good, the sweet, and even the problematic sides of licking, let's bring it all together in a powerful conclusion you won't forget. So now you know, when your dog licks you, it's never random. Sometimes it's pure affection, sometimes it's comfort, sometimes it's a request for attention, or even a way of reading your emotions and your health. And yes, at times it can be a warning sign that something deeper is going on. Every lick is a message, a kiss of love, a whisper of comfort, a call for help, or a tiny reminder that you mean the world to them. What feels like a silly, slobbery habit is actually one of the most powerful ways your dog connects to you. And here's the beauty of it. The next time your pup's tongue finds your hand or your cheek, you won't just see it as gross or funny. You'll understand it for what it truly is, a secret language of loyalty, affection, and trust. So let me ask you, does your dog lick you often? Is it a morning ritual, a comfort when you're sad, or just their way of saying, you belong to me? Share your story in the comments. Your experience might be exactly what another dog lover needs to hear today. In our next video, we'll uncover another hidden behavior, why dogs love to lie right next to your heart, and what it secretly says about their bond with you. You won't want to miss it. If today's video helped you understand your dog a little better, stick around, subscribe, join this community, and let's keep unlocking the mysteries of our four-legged best friends together. Because in the end, it's not just about raising a dog. It's about being chosen every single day by the most loyal soul you'll ever know.